Listen to these Africans.
Because the Chinese does not need to master another man's English. And when you go to the United Nations, you see people who can speak English, refusing to speak English, insisting on speaking their mother tongue. And the United Nations will use our own money to pay for interpreters and all of that will help everybody to understand what they are saying. The Chinese will say, tun, tun, tun. I don't agree. You can't say, no, you must speak English. Because globally, there is no language that is a standard or a determinant of progress. So that is critical. Now, here, English language is fantastic. There's nothing wrong with it. And I'm not saying we should take it away. I am saying that it is overrated. English language should not be a determinant of progress in our own country. It is not our fault. I'm speaking to you guys, right? It is not our fault that we have our language. If you can't say church, you can't even marry the girl of your dreams. Because if you go to a house on Sunday and you say, we are going to church, and your daddy, the father of the girl says, where are you guys going? So we are going to church. That's the end. I mean, he will just call his girlfriend, his daughter, and say, you've not found your husband, though. Except the father is also a church-speaking father.
Where church has met church. And their church is
so by sympathetic resonance.
Okay,
they agree.
Okay,
but the idea is that we really have to take a second look at this. Because if I cannot say church and I say church, it's not a proof of my intelligence. It does not define the strength of my character. It does not show the credibility of my decency. And so the people who observe me must have another kind of education that allows them to move beyond the limits of container, which is what the tongue can do. The tongue, your body, my suit, and everything I'm wearing right now is a container. My true content is the content of my character. And that has nothing to do with the way I speak. Now, this is the challenge. The guys in China, the guys in Japan, the guys in America, in England, in Germany, in France, they have learned 4 subjects in their native language. That's important. They've learned physics, chemistry, biology, and mathematics. Those 4 subjects make everything that is in this room. Physics, chemistry, biology, maths made your suit, your computer, your watch, everything in this room. Everything in the world, they made it. Every other subject is either selling what they make, distributing it, protecting it, or doing something. Now, the idea is that because they learned those subjects in their native languages, I believe it aided comprehension. Look, why are the richest nations in the world, the first world countries in the world, why are these nations all speaking their native languages? It's just food for thought. Why is it that lingua franca only exists in third world nations and nations that have been colonized? Is it not looking more and more like an agenda to keep us small? Because every time you ignore the gift of nature, you embrace another inferior fabric that in itself is artificial and cannot define your originality, your authenticity, and your strength. So, if there is a way that you can learn your subjects in your language, I'm telling you, you will do better. You will comprehend better. Now, you then ask me, so how do we communicate nationally? How do we talk to the guys in Kano and the guys in the East and the guys everywhere?
Exactly, because you are preempting my question. Because here I am looking at you like, I was about to say that 2 things. So what is your suggestion now that I speak Yoruba now on this program? And it's ironic because you are actually speaking the English. Yes. And the intensity of the English is making these creatures clap. I love you all. And they are all clapping. So, so what is do we see a bit of an irony here? Is that like a logical question to ask? So how do I communicate with...
Yes. First of all, I would like to say that I don't have a problem with English language. We have accepted it for over 50 years now. There's nothing we can do about that. What I'm saying is, let us check it and put it in perspective such that we can find a way to communicate, probably using the same language, but not hindering us from progressing. Because you can't even get a good job if you don't speak this language very well. And what is this language? This is a language that is artificial to you. Your nature is what is natural to you. And so I should judge you if you cannot speak Yoruba very well or you cannot speak Igbo very well. Now, pidgin is not an embarrassment. Pidgin is the proof. Pidgin is the proof of a people's struggle with an original language. So there's Pidgin French, there's Pidgin English, there's Pidgin Yoruba. What's Yoruba you speak is Pidgin. There's Pidgin Igbo. Pidgin is proof of a people's struggle with an original language. So there's Pidgin in every language. Clemens Westhoff is supposed to be the Super Eagles' most successful coach. Meanwhile, Super Eagles is the only team in the world. I hope you know. Okay. So this Clemens Westhoff was a Dutchman. He came to Nigeria, spent some time here, won probably every competition, took us to the World Cup for the first time. But how does he speak? Tomorrow we play, Yekini score, we win. That's how he talks. when he's training. Come on, ball, move. That's how he talks. He never shared one correct grammar in all his years in Nigeria and after he left Nigeria and before he came to Nigeria. Are we on the same page? Yeah. But he was understood by his players. He won matches and did great stuff for the country, isn't it? But nobody complained. When he's talking to the media, he's always shelling. There's no day Clement Sassou does not shell. Tomorrow we play Kenya, we win score. That's how he talks. I'm come tomorrow from Nairobi, we won't be go camp. That's how he talks. All right? But you understand that he's not an Englishman. You understand that he's Dutch. But I doubt if that's what you really understand. I think what you understood really is that he's white. And because he's white, you can forgive that imbalance. Because Shina Peter said, I wish you soonest recover. Some years ago. It took him time to recover from that error.
A long time.
The media finished him. Everywhere. If I get here and I say, thank you for bringing me here, that can be the end of the show. You guys can just say, who is this blast from the past? Who brought this guy here? You know? And that has nothing to do with the strength of my character. And even a lady will judge me, even a lady will judge me with my struggle with that particular grammar. And I could be the best guy in town in terms of kindness, love, because how well I can speak this grammar does not communicate the strength of how I'm able to love a woman. That's what you do.
Oh, Mr. Show.